So again, dynamic program and hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a 2022 Range Rover Velar R Dynamic S. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Land Rover here in downtown Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Velar. Check out the inventory in the description down below. Let's get right into the video. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 247 horsepower and then 269 pound-feet of torque. So here's a key fob for the Velar. We've got our unlock, lock, and then this is for the lights, and that's to open up the hatch. And if we press the light button right here, you can see that the lights will pop right on. We've got the accent lighting around that, and then if we press the function again, then it'll pop the light back off. Notice that we've got the Range Rover logo here on the front end, and then you can see here with the grille how that's all blacked out. And then all of the accenting here at the bottom is also all blacked out. Our dynamic badge there at the bottom, and notice here with the front splitter action, and yeah, there is the front end of the Velar. So coming around the side here, we've got two 55mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you can see with the wheels themselves are all blacked out, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. And then you guys will notice here, we've got the black trim that goes all along the side right there, and then we've got the pop-out door handles just up above, and then notice here with the black trim right there. And then you can see with the blacked out mirror, and then notice how the whole roof is also all blacked out as well. And then if we take a few steps back, we can't really get like a full side view, but you know, pretty good. Okay, so again, we'll do this to open up the hatch, and as you guys can see, it'll pop right open. So pretty straightforward. We've got a decent amount of cargo space back here, and then notice this does have the air suspension function, so you can raise and lower the rear end to make it so that it's easier to load stuff in. Got the cargo cover here in the back, and then underneath, you can see we've got the spare tire set up. I love this, definitely brings up the interior quite a bit. And aside from that, we'll just press this button quickly, and that'll close everything up. So let's finish things up here with the rear of the Velar. So you can see here with the back, notice that we've got the really cool kind of like 3D lights here, which I'm a huge fan of, and then the Range Rover logo, and then we've got the Velar badge down below. And you can see how it's all blacked out here at the bottom. We do have parking sensors, do have a receiver hitch as well, quite a bit going on. But yeah, just from a design standpoint, I think it's a really good looking vehicle. Now here is the door panel in the rear. You can see here with the padding at the top and then down below, and then more trim down below that, and then more padding right here. I love the look of the speakers here for the sound system. Those look fantastic. And then here are the seats. So you can see here with the seats themselves, you've got really nice stitching that goes all down the center, and that's perforated here, kind of in the center portion. Definitely a nice look. And popping in, and you guys will notice here with the vents, heated seats down below, then I got a charging port, and got the cup holder armrest situation. Let's head to the front. Now here is the door panel at the front. Again, you can see here with the padding and then all down below, and then the stitching right here. And then here for the mirrors, they do have blind spot monitoring. And then again, the front door handle looks so cool. And we do have the memory seat function down here, and then with the mirror adjustments. And again, more speakers for the Meridian sound system. And then notice here, we've got the R Dynamic plaque. And then here for the front seat, you can see here with the stitching and then the perforated leather here on the center portion. Adjustments are on the side of the seat. And then pedal layout, definitely looks solid. And then you can see here with the padding, again, paddle shifters here on the back of the steering wheel. And let's pop in. Here is the steering wheel setup in the Velar. You can see here with the leather all around, and then also with the airbag cover. And then notice here we've got like our cruise control on this side, heated steering wheel button as well. Paddle shifters there in the back, which are really nice. And then we got our phone controls, voice command controls, turn signal, light stock, windshield wiper stock, and yeah, that's all for the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. It's really cool. It's kind of like half analog, half screen. Definitely a unique setup. But that button on the steering wheel on the left-hand side, if you press that, it'll let you go through different bits of vehicle information here in the center screen. And then we do have some different drive modes. We've got Eco, we've got Dynamic, Comfort, Grass, Gravel, Snow, Mud Ruts, and we have Sand as well. And those will actually adjust the air suspension depending on which drive mode you go into, which is pretty neat. Now here is the center infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. You can see you've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then notice you can put it into the towing mode as well, which is pretty cool. And then you got the different viewpoints there with the camera system. And we pop it back into park, press the home button right here. You can see response time with the screen is fantastic. And then notice you've got that little camera button which you can press, and that'll pop it on at any point. Yeah, really easy to use infotainment system, and cool. You can see like the off-road information. And then down below here we have the second screen. Notice you can do like the seat stuff. So we do have heated seats here and air conditioned seats for the front, which is pretty cool. Although it says seat heat, but it's heated and cooled, so it's kind of like I don't know. Anyways, as for the rest of the screen, again, response time is fantastic. And then you can also press with the controls to go to the seats if you want, kind of like a shortcut button. But yeah, that's our double screen section. We have the shifter for the 8-speed automatic, and also got the parking brake right there. But yeah, really easy to use. Love the feeling of the shifter itself. And you notice that you press the Land Rover logo. Man, that is like a tongue twister. But anyways, that opens up a little cup holder. And then we've got some more storage space here with the double armrest situation to the center console. Setup definitely looks great. And then you can see here again on the dash, and then got the glove box set up. And finishing things here at the top. Sorry it's dark, but we do have a panoramic sunroof, and then we got the controls for it with the shade and the sunroof and everything, and then darker colored headliner. So here's our window sticker for the Velar. You guys can see again 2022 Range Rover Velar R Dynamic S. But here's the standard equipment on it. And then you can see the optional equipment on this particular one. So here's the base MSRP before options. And then here's the total MSRP after all options, $73,360 for any type of market adjustment. And, well, let's take it out and drive it. And on a side note, my camera broke like right before I started filming this video. And so I want you guys to let me know how I did in the comment section below, because I just filmed this entire video without knowing exactly what I'm filming because I can't see anything out of the camera. So, it is what it is. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let's set off. So we are setting off here in the Velar. Well, kind of. Now we're officially setting off here in the Velar. And so let's talk about how this drives, actually. First off, from a ride quality perspective, super smooth. So as soon as you move up to the Velar in the Range Rover lineup, it just gets like exponentially more smooth, if that makes sense from a ride quality perspective. Now I'm not saying that the Range Rover models below this are, you know, subpar or anything like that. They're still really good luxury vehicles, but this is kind of like on a whole nother level. And a big part of that, right, is the air suspension. It just floats over everything, and it's just such a comfortable experience. And that also goes to the seat comfort as well. These seats are supportive, but they also have a nice like comfy feeling to them, where again, the bolsters hold you in place pretty well, but there's still enough room and enough give that you don't feel like you're getting squeezed or anything like that. You just feel like you're in this nice comfortable seat. And then getting up and moving, the whole driving experience, you can tell, is kind of tuned towards the luxury side of things. Again, smooth, quiet, it's comfortable as well. And yeah, I mean, just noise insulation. It's super windy today. I don't know if you guys can tell by everything waving around, but it's super windy today, and almost don't hear anything. It's just amazing, if you ask me. So yeah, really solid insulation, actually. Random side note, I love the sound of the turn signal indicator. It's kind of a nice neat sound. So again, dynamic program, and It's quick. It actually sounds really good for a 4-cylinder too. Range Rover knows how to make good sounding engines, that is for sure. It's quick. I'm gonna create a little bit more space for me in this Wrangler because this Wrangler's going pretty slow. Yeah, once you get into the turbos, it moves. It moves at a really solid pace. So I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't feel bad about having a 4-cylinder Range Rover. I know some people are like, it's got to be a V8, but you know, this is still really solid from acceleration perspective. I think that's more practical too, right? Better fuel economy, especially considering gas prices lately, right? Gets better fuel economy, and it's just an all-around really solid powertrain. And I guess some things up here with the Velar. So first off, in terms of the exterior, I think it's a really good looking vehicle. On the outside, I think that you know, one of the most beautiful SUVs ever made. And then the interior is really well put together. And this isn't like the highest package on the Velar. There's still, you know, higher packages you can get, like the SVA, for example, right? With the crazy V8 powertrain. And that has an interior that's a little bit higher end than this, right? But this is still a very nice interior. Like all the touch points are amazing. And so, yeah, to fully sum things up here with the Velar, if you want a great luxury SUV from Range Rover, that's what the Velar gives you, and this is at a fraction of the price that you'll pay for a sport or for a full size. And it gives you it's not the same experience, but it gives you a very similar experience, which is solid. Now that's going to sum things up for our video on this 2022 Range Rover Velar. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Land Rover here in downtown Salt Lake for giving me some time with the Velar. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I will see all of you in the next video.